High school tales. I remember when we had to compile a business plan for EMS, Economic Management Science. It was a group activity. I was excited. We sat in a group of 4. In my group was a friend, Roloti, and a couple of 2 deadweight guys, Togozo and Ayola. There were a couple of bullies. They failed at least 2 times and were bigger than me and Roloti. Naturally, these 2 deadbeat guys never assisted with the project. Ayola bunked EMS class, and Ntogozo, while he didn't bunk, did nothing at all. He, Ntogozo, was a troublemaker and was intent on causing trouble and disturbing the class. He gambled at the back of the class. I did the project with Roloti. We collaborated well together. Roloti's contribution was excellent and our business plan looked good, but it didn't look that good to me. It lacked that something extra. I was very enthusiastic about the project and I asked Roloti to take it home to complete it. He trusted me and he obliged me. I perfected the business plan and handed in the next time we went to EMS class. I wrote my name and Roloti's on the project. It was only fair. The other 2 guys didn't do anything. Absolute deadweights. They didn't do anything. Upon submitting the project, Ntogozo intercepted me and wanted me to add his name, but I refused. I put the project on the teacher's table and went to sit down. He took the project from the table and added his name to the project. I let it happen. It wasn't in my handwriting. Ayola was still bunking EMS class, so he couldn't add his name. When the results came out, we got a 96%, the highest of the grade. I was elated. Although totally unfair, Ntogozo also got a 96% passing grade. When we got the results, Ayola was there. He was pissed because he got a 0. His fury was directed at me. I shouldered the responsibility because I did most of the work and chose to omit his and Ntogozo's names. It was only fair. Ntogozo was lucky he got that 96%. Ayola lacked self-awareness and blamed everyone for his problems. I'm not stupid. I'm not going to credit you for work you didn't do. Although he was bigger and intimidating, I was no pussy. He intimidated and threatened me, instructing me to tell the teacher that he was in the project too. I did no such thing, but I gave him the illusion that I would. I didn't crack under his sustained threats and empty promises. He was a bully, and I didn't appreciate being bullied, and so I outright ignored him. I gave him no target to hit. I was elusive like smoke, or like that one girl you want but could never hit. I denied him of my energy. Let him do what he must. Fuck you, nigga. You can be up on my face and point fingers, but I ain't intimidated by you. I was always proud I didn't let him get to me. Bullies thrive on the power you give them. At the end of the term, I got a 94% for EMS. It was a great term. When I was in grade 10, I was inspired to share a message with the whole school for morning assembly. The message was Dream On, to aspire to be more. Dream On was also a company I had formed in my head. Not exactly a company, but a movement. I promised to myself to never betray my heart. I was always a dreamer and I wanted never to lose that. I wanted a totem to remind me of Dream On and who I was every day. I started being creative and searched for a graphic designer who would create a logo for me. I loved music and Kanye West was my absolute hero, and so I wanted to incorporate music into the logo. Dream On would be like good music. I got a really talented graphic designer to create the logo for me. I gave him a picture of me and asked him to create a music logo. Those were bland specifications, but he was a creative and enthusiastic. He created a classic logo for me. I loved it. It was perfect. I can't do what he did. I was impressed. Now that I had a logo, I wanted to create a badge, something to validate me. I told him that I'd wear every day to remind me to never forget who I was. I went to an internet cafe in Campton Park with my logo, and I told the guy working there my vision. Creating a custom-made employee badge would be expensive and would take time, but he liked me. He liked my spirit and energy. We made something happen. He located this plastic bag in his drawer and took out the marketing paper within the badge, and then he asked me for me to send him the logo, and so I did. He took this thick paper and printed the logo on it. The printout was small, and he cut the logo to fit the badge. Then he inserted the logo in the badge and covered it with transparent plastic. The final product was honestly a dream. It was a perfect badge that would last forever. It was a personalized experience, a favor because he liked my energy. He took his time and went beyond duty. I was so grateful and appreciative. It is literally the best service I have ever received in my life. Everything about the experience was custom made. I asked him how much I owed him and he replied $30. I couldn't believe it. I paid him and put my badge on. I wore that badge every day for 2 straight years. The day I shared the Dream On message with the school, I had my badge on. It was so great. I talked about dreams, never giving up, Monique Josephs and Orlando Pirates. I also prayed for the school. Thank you, Mr. Pitseng and Mr. Ninaba, for giving me the opportunity. I'm eternally grateful. I remember when I was in grade 8 and I made fun of my friend Christopher for being in the last grade 8 class, J. I teased and laughed at him, but I was no better. I was second last on I. Christopher took it like a man and was silent, probably thinking, fool. Then the next year when we proceeded to the 9th grade, the J class ceased to exist. My class, the I class, was now the last, and Christopher was now in the D class. The roles were switched and he made sure I felt it. He laughed and teased at me. It was a humbling experience. Then a year later, we were reunited on the A class. It was great. Christopher and I were evenly matched at almost everything. Once we both got 10% on the mathematics examination. It was a freak occurrence, a birthday at the office for both of us. It was funny. Sharing that experience with Christopher was special, and what was supposed to be a bad day was a good day. We laughed at one another. Also, we beat each other at cross country. I won once and he won once, so we decided to call it even. There's no need for a third race. We were both the best. He was a very good friend of mine. I remember when I was in grade 9 and I got a 98% passing grade on my life orientation exam. Mr. Faku was impressed. I had a lot to say. I had used up more than 10 A4 papers. Next to my 98% was a gold sticker and the comment, "Very good." I was elated. My friends were happy for me. At break, instead of the usual chip roll, which cost 5 rands, and all sorts sweets that also cost 5 rand, I went all out at the tech shop. I bought kota that cost 10 rand, Coca-Cola can that cost 6 rands, all sorts sweets that cost 5 rand, and 2 donuts that cost 10 rands. It was a special day. I deserved it. I went home feeling great about myself. Still in the same grade. I remember when me and the gents each contributed 100 rands for a great chill Friday afternoon. With that money, we were planning on buying KFC buckets, snacks and drinks, alcohol of course, but also flavored carbonated water. I think we were like 10. It was Tabiso, Gift, Lefu, Ben, and I can't remember the rest with precision. I think Roloti and Tomo were there. The plan was simple. Let's get the money in on Thursday, and then we will buy the KFC early in the morning in Campton Park. That way we'll be the KFC boys at break. We assigned committees and divided the capital. Some gents would be buying snacks and cool drinks. The alcohol we'll get after school. Friday came and the gents who were in charge of buying the KFC came in a bit later, but it was expected. The principal of the school, Mr. Ninaba, intercepted the gents as they were headed for class with KFC buckets. It was clear as day why the gents were late. The KFC. It wasn't the first time. He stopped them and altered their direction. Straight to jail, the detention space. It was a space used for isolation. It had bars and it was cold. The gents were separated with the KFC until after school. Inside the premises of the school, we were anxious. Where are the gents with our KFC? We connected via the internet and the gents told us the bad news that they were in jail, but they managed to buy the KFC and it was safe for until after school. It was reassuring news, but we would be hungry for the whole day. We didn't make provisions for a disappointment. We chilled together on both breaks, showing great solidarity. Our time was coming.